Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day. That was funny. What was about to pop out was some words of magic to start your day. So maybe we'll go with that too. What the heck? So, I have an ear that's stopped up. I still sound like a frog, but I don't feel bad, so on we go. Right? On we go. And I just had a feeling. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. You're our first one here today. Glad you are here. Hope it's lovely weather down in Texas. We're supposed to get 4 to 5 inches of snow. Wet, heavy stuff today. Yeah, let me register my complaint. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you are here. Is the Yoop supposed to get snow? We're getting 4 to 5 inches, I guess. Good morning, Joe Neal. Good morning, Abigail. Everybody's starting to roll in. We got the practical rebels in the house. This is good. You're getting snow too. Yeah. Bleh. I was hoping we were done with that. I figured we weren't, but I was hoping we were. And I was hoping that if it was going to come, good morning, Carolyn, it would be the light fluffy. Oh, look at yours, Carolyn. Miss Piggy and Kermit. How awesome. That is cool. I love Kermit. He's my kind of dude. So, we have something from Outrageous Openness today. I just felt in my heart and soul that was what was called for. And very nice there. Don't be sorry at all. Enjoy. Enjoy. We can share the wealth. Maybe some of it will drift north. You never know. One day at a time. So, and I'm thinking, do I have somewhere I have to be tomorrow morning? At 10 o'clock. So hopefully we'll have cleaned up the mess by then. Who knows? So, nose is still doing its thing. Yeah, we're getting there. So, what I like about this particular, and I just knew we needed to be toward the back of the book, but I didn't know exactly what. But when I opened to this page and saw the title, which was, Why Please Everyone? Rain and snow in Chicago. All right, yep, we're supposed to get just, I think, a little bit of rain and then mostly snow, and it's not supposed to start until about 4 o'clock. Hopefully that's right, because then a fair number of people can make it home before it gets not fun to be out there. So I'm going to go get some groceries this morning and hunker down. Call it good. So, Tosha Silver, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. Couple of breaths. Let's do this. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Or if you're like me, half the nose. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. And as you continue to breathe deeply and easily, just keep noticing. Your breath is kind of like your willingness to take in life. How you doing on that? How you doing on that? Are you, which would be understandable, but again, I go back to Fritz Perls. Anxiety is excitement without the breath. Let's have the breath. That one felt good. Fill up congested lungs as far as we can. Help clear them out. If you want to do some tapping, feel free. It just feels so good. All right, so the chapter we are on is way at the end of the book. In my book, it's page 203. I don't know about for you. It's called Why Please Everyone. And as I said, whenever I find a chapter where she's got 2 quotes at the beginning, I just know it's going to be a good chapter. So the first quote is from Laurie Anders, Release the Noose of Public Opinion. Release the noose of public opinion. Why do you care what everybody else thinks? And I know asking that question even rhetorically, most of us are gonna, because, good morning, Gwen, glad you're here, welcome, because we've been so trained to be nice, to be good girls. Good morning, Abigail. I don't know how many of you have already said hi to, because names just keep showing up, which I don't understand what Facebook is doing, but that's okay. Facebook doesn't understand what Facebook is doing, probably. Good morning, Helen. Glad you are here. Welcome. So release the noose of public opinion. One of the things that I've found is a huge side benefit of getting older is you begin to give less of a shit about what other people think. It makes it much easier to be your true self, to be who you truly are when you're far less concerned what other people think. The second quote is by Anonymous. The only sin is to have knowledge that could assist others and to hoard it. So put this stuff out there. Not editing out your wisdom based on whether or not you think people are going to like it. Put it out there anyway. They can do with it what they will. So here are the stories that go along with this particular chapter. And then at the end, there's kind of it's almost like poetry. It's a prose sort of a thing that speaks to all of this. So I've been giving readings to Sosa forever. She's based in Montana, isolated from the urban art world. She recently did her first big show in LA, and overnight people were clamoring for more. Suddenly with the internet, I mean, this book was written a while ago, but it's all relevant, right? Mic drop. Suddenly with the internet, she saw that her work could travel the globe. Isn't it interesting when you think about what's your reach? What's your reach? I'm going to make one up. You say something profound to one of your grandchildren. That child then goes tells a couple other kids on the playground. Those kids then go tell parents. Those parents then tell coworkers. Word travels. Word travels. So what are the words you're putting out there? And it's funny, especially with kids. But I find this also with clients after 40 plus years. The things that I think I've said to people that are so profound, and of course they're going to remember and take it with them, that's not the stuff. It's usually something else that I threw off, offhandedly, that they grabbed on and ran with. That was the message that was meant to come through the hollow reed that's me to them to rock their world. Who'd have thunk it? Is what it is. So, Sosa. She's also got a Herculean birth chart with a prominent Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, kicking up dirt wherever she goes. People instantly adore her or hate her. Do you know people who are like that, where they either rub people the right way or the wrong way? Those are people I would call soulmates, because they're the ones who are going to chafe against us and help us see our shadow side, the work we need to do. To me, a soul person is not the one who completes your sentence, whatever. Exactly. You never know what's going to speak to someone. And one of the things that I've found is the universe will often nudge me to say something to someone that I find out of line, provocative, whatever. And I'll argue, I'm not going to say that. Just say it. I don't want to say that. Say it anyway. And when I put it out there, then you see the light dawn, something shift, whatever. It's like, yeah, don't argue with the universe. It knows. So, people instantly adore her or hate her. Her energy is so strong, she changes a room just by walking in the door. And there's that quote that, be the person that everybody goes, when you walk in the door, not when you walk out the door. None of this would matter except that she also has 3 planets in sensitive Libra that are mortified each time she attracts even a flicker of dislike. That's going to be a rough existence, isn't it? So you've got this big energy, this presence that's meant to rock people's worlds, but you've got this part of you that doesn't want to piss anybody off. Interesting combo, right? She called because she felt uncomfortable promoting herself on the web. I knew what she meant. I'd rather get 3 root canals in one day than do the kind of hard sell promotion many marketers advise. Much of it just makes my stomach hurt. But there's another way. And this is actually what the coach, decades ago, who trained me and a bunch of my close friends, taught us. That there is the yang marketing, where you're out there and you've got your funnel and you're counting clicks and all that stuff. But there's also the yin marketing of sending out the energetic tractor beam to those who are meant to receive your message. Look at how all of you showed up here. For some reason, you're meant to be here. You're meant to be practical rebels. You're meant to receive whatever comes out of my mouth that 3/4 of the time I don't even remember after I've said it what it was. Like with this, I could go back to the chapter and go, oh, well, I read that. I don't know what else I said. It's kind of funny. All right. If you trust that you have something of value to offer, and don't we all? Don't we all? We're here for a reason. You want to tell people as an act of love, here, I have this thing, this gift. I want to give it to you. Most people will happily receive it. Some people will not. Does that mean you run to the corner and cry? No, you look for the next person who's willing to receive. Simple as that. In fact, if you have something that can benefit someone, it can even be misguided to not share. The other day, I flashed on Sosa's soul painted in bold, jewel-like colors, like the hues of Mexico or South America where she's often gone. Vivid turquoise, fuchsia, purple, gold, but then there's her cautious Libra, always muting everything, hoping to create inoffensive, soft, delicate pastels. Well, this chick is so totally not pastel. Sosa's work generally rocks people to their core, but she had a false, useless modesty that kept the world from knowing. I suggested she make her website, do some social networking, and let her ship set sail. She could say, and here are the words, and you may want to write these down and use these words for yourself. I call divine order into my work. I call divine order into my work. Yes, exactly. Authenticity and passion for what you are promoting is the strongest marketing tool. Be real. Be real. Be excited. That's why I think people who promote products, you can tell if they're using them or not. You can tell if they really like them or not. Or you can tell if they're just hawking something, right? Yeah. Okay. I call divine order into my work. In the right time, in the right way, let my offering become available for the good of all, to all who need to be guided to me and to know. If she centered in her heart and used divine order to beckon and invite those who needed her, they would surely come. Build it and they will come, kind of a deal. But again, you're sending that energetic message of, I know this is needed, I have this, I will give it. There are charts. She's talking about natal charts, birth charts. There are people who have a natal chart that's restrained and delightful, like small clay pots of perfect violets on a sunny window ledge. But Sosa's energy was meant to be larger than life, a flamboyant and reckless bird of paradise arcing toward the sun. I have a client who... Excellent, Abigail. Yes, I call divine order into my work. Yes. I have a client who is a peacock. I told her, you are a peacock. You've got this gigantic, spreading beautiful colors. You are a peacock. There was a period of time where she was muting herself, wearing a lot of black and white and, and I'm like, no. Turquoise, fuchsia, purple, brighten this up. She's a peacock. Live into who you are. Live into who you are. So here's the part where she's talking in this kind of prose. It looks almost like a little poem. So just close your eyes, if you can, not if you're driving. Take some breaths. Opening to receive these next words. Whatever part of these next words is in divine right timing and divine right order for you in this moment. Something happens after you align with the divine for a while. You begin to feel on a cellular level that things are unfolding exactly in the way that they should, at the rate and timing they need. You start to trust the process. You relax from the endless pushing that most of us learned at birth. On some fundamental, mysterious level, you just let go. Not with the bitterness that people feel when they fear the ego's dreams won't occur. Not with passivity as right actions do get shown. Rather, you relax into this calm curiosity about where the flow might go. My friend Lynn Schuster, I wonder how this is going to work out. You're detached yet somehow riveted by how the story will unfold. Kind of like you're the observer, right? You feel spaciously receptive. Now there's some words. Spaciously receptive. Try that on right now. Spaciously receptive and open to what wishes to come. You give it all room to blossom. You trust the highest, one way or another, eventually will unfold. You know that with God as your source, you needn't cling to any one plan. And you're not clutching a list of desires, pushing the ego's agenda even more. When you're in cycles of quiet and waiting, you catch your breath, knowing the wheel will turn again. You rest because as the right actions get revealed, a lot will arise to be done. You wait for the signs and the timing rather than rip open the cocoon. You trust that delays might be welcome. You trust that delays can be good. You trust that delays are all perfect. And you stay present just to witness your own birth. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? We are on this path. We can't screw it up. We can't get it wrong. We just proceed. If we wander off onto a side road, that's where we're meant to go. There's some nugget out there for us. Yep, things are unfolding exactly in the way that they should. So we don't need to waste our energy lamenting that something isn't right. So the Byron Katie stuff, Loving What Is, and now a newer reiteration of that stuff, the Mel Robbins, Let Them. Allow. Again, if something, much of what's occurring in our world right now, many of us are like, what the actual? But what if this is the divine unfolding? What if this mess that you couldn't dream up is the divine unfolding? What if there are things we're meant to be learning in this mess? What if rather than saying it ought not be this way, we approached it from the perspective of it is what it is. We still have our sovereign power and authority to speak our truth about how we see this. But what if coming out of this are going to be some of the things that are absolutely necessary for our up-leveling? Certainly blowing us out of complacency, isn't it? Hard to stay complacent when the world around you is being dismantled, right? So what if this is the divine unfolding? What if we're meant to learn from exactly how things are going? There's another little piece there. Let me see if I can catch it again. Divine right timing and order. Not our timing and order. Divine right timing and order. How do you help yourself? I just finished the Fellowship of the Rings, and the end of the book is, and there's 2 more to go, but the end of the book is a party of, I think there's 7 or 8, and 2 of them now break off on their own. They set out together to do this next part of the journey. What if we're continuing our journey? And what if in the midst of this turmoil, we are going to be called, we're going to hit some of those forks in the road, those points in the journey where we need to make a decision. I'm going this way or I'm going that way. Or more. I'm going this way, this way, this way, or this way. And we were there and we allowed ourselves to just be there, not rush a decision. Wait and feel the call. I think a classic image of that in a movie. Princess Bride. Anybody else a Princess Bride fan? Inigo Montoya is standing there with his sword, and he's looking for the hole in the tree that leads to the dungeon. He can't find it. He doesn't know what he's looking for. So he holds his sword, and actually I think it's a foil, but nonetheless, and he talks to the universe and asks that it be guided, and it goes like this, and boom, there's his direction. But he waited and he followed the guidance to find the right path. What if we're being called to do that? Maybe it's not quite time to act. Maybe some of you are standing there going, yeah, I know I'm supposed to go this way, but I really want to go this way. But I'm called this way. Acknowledge that. And then just stand there until this way pulls hard enough that you go where you're called. So that is our reading for today. It's about being exactly who you are, not wasting your precious energy worrying about how others are going to perceive you. What if the divine has tapped you to be the very special irritant in someone else's life? So rather than worrying about, oh, they don't really like me, or they've got a really strong knee-jerk reaction to me, what if that is precisely what's supposed to happen? That you, part of your, because we play these big missions, but we also have all these little missions. There's people whose paths we've crossed once in a lifetime. We're never going to cross the path again, but we had some kind of an interaction that changed their trajectory. We may not even know it. Do you remember The 5 People Who Meet in Heaven? That was a classic book about that we don't know really all of who have influenced us or who we've influenced. And at the end of life, to be able to connect with some of those people who had a profound influence, or we had a profound influence on them, wow. So again, if you're struggling with someone in your world, maybe ask yourself, am I placed in this person's world to be the irritant, to be the burr under the saddle that is meant to move them in a particular direction? Or are they the burr under my saddle? Are we co-burrs? We're each to irritate the other to move in a particular direction. And I'm not saying you go out and you provoke people. I'm saying there are times when our mere existence, we have the other chapter in this book where the guy walked into the restaurant where she was sitting with her sunglasses on and thought she was his ex-wife and lit into her. She was clearly there to be a provocation for him to do his work. Good morning, Tira. Welcome. Glad you are here. So again, ask yourself the question, what if this person is in my life to be an irritant so that I actually look at this shadow piece and do my work? What if I am in someone's life to be that same irritant so that they look at that shadow side and do their work? Is it our job to make them do the work? No. It's our job to be us, exactly the way we are. And if someone has difficulty with that, that is our gift to them. Kind of a flip to how we would typically view it, especially as women. Try it on. See what you think. So have an awesome Wednesday. If you're in the snow belt, stay safe. It's going to be heart attack snow, apparently. Joy and happiness. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.